Hello everybody, some old man. You'll notice that I haven't done a video for a little while, a week or so, and I've been busy, and I think that the way I'm going to go for the near future anyway is limit myself to one video a week. It'll be a little longer video because it'll usually include several segments as I record throughout the week, if I do record during the week, and primarily on Saturday and Sunday as I actually get down and work on projects. And I'm just adding this little forward so you'll know what to expect. So I hope you enjoy it, and we will go ahead and entertain the heck out of you with all the things I'm working on a little bit at a time. This is Some Old Man. Let's get going. I started this morning by roasting some coffee, so I'll have coffee for the next week or two. Just doing something a little bit different today. I decided that it was time to turn over the compost pile. I've been adding to this first side here on the south for a couple months now. So although the stuff on the top layer is not finished by any means, as you get down a foot or so, it's getting to be pretty good and broken up and turning into good topsoil. So I'm just going to turn it over so that the stuff on top is on the bottom, along with all the stuff that I've added some grass clippings in this side on the north yesterday when I mowed the lawn, and I'll go ahead and cover it with dirt and all the rest of this and keep adding to that side. And also today I'm going to be doing some weeding here in bed number 9 and putting some more topsoil in there to give it some fresh life. And I'll be planting probably tomorrow or next weekend some new things. I'm thinking I want to start some broccoli seedlings inside, and in about 3 weeks when it sprouts and gets going good, I'll be transplanting them and planting them in this bed. So I want to get some good material to add to this bed, and that way when the new plants go in, they should grow up well, because broccoli is one of those things that I can grow in the fall and into the winter, and it will grow when it's cold, and then get an even better start in the spring. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn all over this dirt here to the other side and get that little chore done, and then I'll be back to the stairway like I was doing last time. that's all there is to turning over the compost. I could probably scrape out a few more shovels full here from this side, but I think I've got it down to where the earth is fairly well packed at this point. And I've got most of what I need to get over onto this side. So I'm going to just leave the cover off of this here so that it could actually maybe get a day or two of rain onto the stuff so to get it good and damp, to let the bacteria that are in the soil flourish a little bit, get them moist, and then I'll go ahead and cover it back up so it doesn't get too wet. And then in a month or two, excluding the little bit that I steal off the top to go ahead and build up the soil in this one bed, I'll just let it be until probably the end of September, middle of October, and then I'm going to shift it all back. I do have a third composting source that I put my raw compost in directly from the house. Over there, it's one of those plastic bins you just kind of rotate periodically. I just every 2 or 3 days when I get a bag full of compost, I just go ahead and put it in that, turn the thing a little bit, and it's been in there now for most of a month or two. And by that point, that should be getting to be about half full. I will drag it over here and start by dumping all of that into this compost bin, and then just shovel everything back over. And the point of it is that by spring, say late February, early March, when it starts warming up, I will have some really good soil here and be ready to just start bringing wheelbarrows of it over there and put it in the beds. And I'll be starting a new project over there in a couple weeks. I've got things going on the next couple of weekends where I won't have as much time as I would like today, and what time I do have for the next 2 weekends. I'm going to be working over here at this end, building the things you've seen me start already. Finish the stairways here today, and working on the 3 planting beds, which we'll be putting strawberries in next spring. But I'm trying to get it ready this spring or this fall so that I can not have to worry about it in the winter when it's cold. It's hard enough to work at this temperature when it's in mid-80s, but you know what? It's easy to take off layers, but there's only, you put too many layers of jackets and sweaters on and it just gets rough to do any heavy equipment. Not that I won't, but just do one thing at a time. And there's so many things to do in this garden, even though we've come a long way, but a long way to go. I was down at Lowe's today and I ordered a big load of the concrete blocks, the ones that look like castle stones, as well as the drainage gravel. So I'll have them delivered supposedly Monday, and for the next week or so I'll be taking wheelbarrow loads of that stuff over and piling it over there on the patio, which is my free workspace, and we'll just pile it there for now. And then as I need it to work out these projects, I'll just go ahead and pull it out, put the stuff in, and I've ordered enough now, about 100 block and 40 bags of gravel, that I will get several projects out of it without having to go back to Lowe's every week like I had been doing. And the fact that it's delivered means I don't have to load and unload it in my truck and out. I still have to bring it back to the backyard because the trucks can't deliver it back here. There's just no way. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. Well, I'm going to end this film, and after a short break, I'll be turning the camera around and starting it back up, and watch me put that last step in. Some old man. Just a quick insert. Along with all the work that I'm doing outside, I will be planning a little bit of things for my fall garden, starting with broccoli. I just went ahead and started 12 little pots for broccoli inside on my seed shelf under the light. We're going to go ahead and let those grow for 3 or 4 weeks, and then early September we'll be putting those out in the garden in bed 9. This is enough broccoli plants here to fill that entire bed. There's not going to be anything else in there because I don't have anything else that I want to put in there. I could put in onions, but I don't need to put in onions. I don't have any onion seeds, so we'll just go with what we've got. So we'll go with broccoli. I may put in a few other beds of other things, but so far I don't have an awful lot I have in mind that will do really well in the winter. We'll see what happens when we get a little closer. Some old man. Slow but sure. I've got a lot of roots I'm fighting on this one, and just judging by how much rise I can see there, I am going to have to put a 5th step in. That's 4 steps, and I have to think about whether I want to put a 5th one in or not. I do need to level up the surface, but it's not really a climb, so a 5th step probably isn't really necessary. I have the materials for a 5th step, obviously, but I don't have to use them. I can save them and use them for the next set over on the center steps, which have to be built later on this summer. I'm going to call it good. Have to do a little cleanup. Knock off some of this dirt and rocks off some of the steps. That's minor. So I think I'll go find a different chore to work on now. Some old man. Well, that's all I've got for this week's video. Next week and the week after, I'll probably be working on the next project, which will be building the garden beds to the right of those stairs. Those will be the ones that will eventually become my strawberry patch. So tune in next time to see that. In the meantime, that's all I've got right now. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that. And hit the notification bell so you do get a notification as soon as I submit a new video. That's all I've got today. So we'll see you next week. This is Some Old Man signing off.